Today is the final day to enter the Blooming Hearts Quilting Challenge, and I couldn't leave you without at least one design idea that involves a grid. So I have taken the 2 by 4 inch diamond grid and marked it on my fabric using a purple air erase pen. Now I marked it on here in the shape of a wedge. So this would be like if you had a Lone Star quilt and you had star points that came out. So this would be one wedge of the star. And I want to do this design in here continuously. And I don't want it to be the same design because that's kind of boring. So I'm going to mix it up and choose a couple different designs. The first design I'm going to do, or the focal point of this, is to put hearts in here. So I've got one design in my Dazzling Diamond design book that has hearts in it. So I'm going to put that across the center here, since we've got 3 diamonds going across the center. And if this was in a large Lone Star quilt, this would actually continue around all the way around all of the wedges. So I want that to be kind of the highlight of the design. So this design travels from side to side. So I'm going to do those continuously going across here. But I also need to have designs out here that are continuous. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that every design I come up with has got to be continuous because it just saves so much more time and it just flows so much easier when you're quilting. So I'm going to do just a connecting curve in this one. That will make it really simple. That will also make it to where I touch all 4 corners, and I'll be able to reach up here and do this design. And the ones on the tips, I think I'm going to do just a feather in there. So it will go from the top to the bottom diamond. So that is my plan. Pretty simple. We've got hearts, we've got connecting curves, and we've got a feather. Now I also want to stitch in the ditch around this design just to frame it up. So I'm going to do that first. Now the feather design I'm going to put in this block right here is from my Delectable Diamond design book. And it's a feather that has 4 passes. So that means that I have to make the stem and then the plume and then another stem and then the plume. And I really like to make this design where my plumes are starting from the bottom of the stem up, which means I need to do this design from the top. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in here even though I haven't finished doing my ditch work. Now for the hearts, I really prefer to make the hearts coming from the left side over to the right side of the block. But if I come down here to where I started my ditch work, I'm actually going to be making them backwards, which is totally possible to do, but I really prefer to make them the other way. So I'm going to go ahead and do my curves here, which will make me reach over to this block, and then I can start doing my hearts. Remember, it's all continuous. For the connecting curves, I used the BFF ruler by the Quilted Pineapple and also the 4-inch circle ruler by Quilts on the Corner. And that added just a little bit different depth of that curve so that I can do double connecting curves there. As I was quilting this, I felt like it just really needed that double curve there to set the different designs apart. I could have easily done the connecting designs freehand, but I like the control that the rulers give me. Now, if you want to learn more about grid designs or specifically these diamond grid designs, you can pick up either one of my diamond books, which is the Dazzling Diamond Designs or the Delectable Diamond Designs. They each have 48 designs in there that focus on the diamond grid, but you can also use these designs in squares. If you prefer an in-person lesson, I also teach a class on these grid designs at shows and at guilds, and soon to be online. Now, if you haven't quilted your heart design for the Blooming Heart Quilting Challenge, you need to do that today because today is the final day to submit your entry. And you can do that by submitting your photo to the email address below.